Shing, shing. So check it out. We're making Wolverine arms, Wolverine claws with matching Wolverine biceps. Okay, so we're gonna make some Wolverine arms. We're gonna show you how to do it. This is gonna be so much fun. Alternatively, if you didn't want to make a giant arm like this, you could make a simple balloon claw like this, Wolverine claw. And so it's more of a smaller, still gets the Wolverine point across, and you can make just like a Wolverine glove instead of a whole arm. So to start off, we're gonna make the Wolverine glove. This is the balloons we're gonna need. You don't wanna blow them up too much, but you do wanna almost blow up all the way the silver or the gray that we're gonna use for the actual claws. So to start, we're going to grab 2 balloons there. You can make them black or any color you want, but we're gonna just use yellow and blue because those are Wolverine's colors. So first we're gonna make a pinch twist, and we're gonna make this bubble the length of the actual like claw, the fist part. 2 pinch twists there. And then we're going to add our second balloon. Let's see. You could have tied these balloons together, but we're just gonna add them together like this. And so now, with the rest of the yellow, we're gonna make like a triangle here. And this is like this, but we're actually going to make a pinch twist and a loop twist with the rest of this balloon. So if you see, so far we have made this bubble and then this beginning of this triangle, and we're gonna make a loop. So after we make that part, then we're gonna make a loop for the wrist. You wanna make sure your hand fits in there or a kid's hand fits in there. And now you have that, and then we're gonna make a matching bubble that size, and we're gonna wrap it in here like this. There we go. Last but not least, for the yellow, we're going to, if you have the length I have, you can wrap it in and make a mirroring bubble of this one. Does that make sense? Wrap it in, but if you don't, you could use the blue, because we're gonna have extra of the blue. Wrap it into this pinch twist, and then break the end off and give it a tie. Next, we're going to take our silver balloon that we blew up all the way, and we're gonna make the length of the claw. So, however long you think. The thing I do need to tell you, if you want to get 3 claws out of 1 balloon, kind of eyeball and imagine like, okay, this is 3 long bubbles for the claw. So I would even make it a little shorter. This is long enough. And then we're going to twist it and wrap it into this pinch twist here. And then look at this. Excuse me. Look at this. We're gonna take this one. And what I like to do is make these, so this is the first claw. Make the second and the third claw a tad shorter than the first claw, because once you have them all holding here, also Wolverine's middle claw is a little longer, but also this middle claw bubbles out and it looks cool, and I like that look, so I kind of make the middle one a little bit longer. And so whatever size you make the middle one, the first one's going to be the middle one. Then you're going to make the second and third a little bit smaller, so you're going to twist where you want the second one to end, and then you're going to twist about a 4 to 5 finger bubble where you want, because this is, we're going to deflate this and tie this section. Then we're going to twist another section off like that, and you have the bubble we're going to keep. This is going to, we're going to pop it and tie it, and then this, we're also going to pop it and tie it, and then this is going to go into the handle. And so I made mine just long enough where I could wrap the knot, wrap the tail end of the balloon into the glove. Wrap the tail end into the glove, wrap around a few times, and then this is the fun part. So we're gonna have this, and so you're thinking, normally you'd have to tie off a section, break it, have some extra left over, tie it. We're gonna do both at the same time, but it's not gonna be that hard. So check this out. We're gonna take this and we're gonna break this in the center, or you can get your balloon cutter and cut it. And now we're gonna have both of these. Don't let go, don't let go, don't let go. So what I like to do is hold this with one hand, and then with my other finger, with these two fingers, I like to hold this one. And then with my other two fingers, I'm gonna grab it here. And I'm gonna use these two to tie. So I'm gonna tie it with these two. And while I'm tying one of the claws closed, I'm holding the other one. And so there you go, I tied it. And then now we're going to let the air out of this one, and we're gonna tie this one too. Pull your knots tight, and then take your balloon cutter and cut the end of the balloon like that. Scrap. Perfect. Next, we're gonna take these three. Try to remember which one's the longest, you can kind of tell. And so these three, kind of adjust them like this. Then you're gonna take all three and lay them on these bubbles. As you lay them down, we're gonna take this balloon and lay it over. And you're gonna wrap it into the other pinch twist. There we go. If your pinch twists are a little loose and they're coming undone, you can add another pinch twist with the blue there. Mine are okay at this time, so we're all good. Then you can kind of bend your claws, space them out. You have your Wolverine claw, but actually we're gonna do another pinch twist. There we go. Now we have a secondary pinch twist there. Then with the rest of this balloon, you can break the end off, cut the end off. We're gonna deflate it, and we're going to pull the uninflated part, the deflated part, into the pinch twist, and back over to the other side, like that. And so now we have our Wolverine claw. Dun, dun, dun. Put your hand through the loop, and then you're gonna grab this. Have your Wolverine claw. Now that you have your Wolverine claw, the simple version, this is a great quick one. It's only 3 balloons. Here is the other version with his arm, and I even drew some arm hair. I think it looks really cool. This version is not too much more complicated. There's 3 points of contact with the arm: bicep, elbow, and the hand. Always been a fan of Wolverine, and now Deadpool and Wolverine are coming out with a movie together. To make the Hugh Jackman arm, we're gonna need 4 balloons. We have a yellow 260, a blue 260, a blush 350 or 360, and a chrome or reflex silver 260. We're going to start with a pinch twist, a bubble for the fist, another pinch twist, a bubble for the length going down like this part of your hand, and then another pinch twist. And then we're going to make a triangle. And then we're going to go here. And there. Don't go there yet. We're going to put the Wolverine claws in there in a minute. Then we're going to take our 360 or 350. Make a pinch twist at the beginning of the balloon. Excuse me. And then we're going to take the triangle, this part, and we're going to connect these together. Like that. And then position it like this. And then you can measure your child or measure the person you're making the balloon for and get the elbow the right length. And remember, this is where you're going to grab the strap for the palm. So then make the elbow appropriate length. Then make a pinch twist for the elbow. And then for the rest of the balloon, we're gonna make the bicep. So you can measure forearm, bicep. You don't wanna make it go all the way up to the shoulder. I just kind of would stop it like right here on the bicep. Right there. And make another pinch twist for the top of the bicep. And then go back, down. And depending on how much balloon you have left over, you could take the rest of this and just neatly wrap it into the top of here and be a 3 bubbled bicep. But for the size of the balloon, of the size of my arm, we're not gonna be able to, so it's fine. it'll barely reach, but it'll be too tight. So we're just gonna break the top of this off and tie that in like that. There we go. Now that we have this, we're going to add the bicep strap and the elbow strap. So if you want, you can start with a pinch twist and wrap it into here. And I think putting the bubble, we're gonna do the shoulder, the bicep strap first. Make it big enough for your hand and your arm to fit in. About right there. And then making this go on the outside of the bicep just makes it kind of look like the continuation of his costume. So instead of breaking it off and reattaching it here, just make it go down the side. It's easier, it's faster. And now we're going to make another loop for the bicep. If your balloon's too full like mine, break the end off and wrap it in like this. And you can wrap it into this pinch twist and it should stay. Now we have this. And like we did before with the first design, we're going to make the claws. Make the claw long like this. Just remember, make sure you have enough balloon, enough silver balloon to make the rest of the claws. Wrap it into the first part. Make this claw a little bit shorter than the first claw, second claw. Then we're going to make a bubble that we're going to pop it. We're going to break it here in the center, and then we're going to tie this off. So you have both of these bubbles are just to tie the balloon off. Then you're going to twist it back into the wrist, and then you're going to break the end of this one off and wrap it in. And now that you have 3 of these claws, you guys still have to tie off both of these, break it in half. If you can't break in half and hold and tie while you're doing this, the best way to do it is to deflate, maybe like wrap it around your pinky, and as this bubble's being held, you can still tie this one off. Or I mean, if it was to completely deflate and then you just blow it up again at the right length, you could do that. But this is a lot easier. I definitely recommend doing this, and it just adds a lot more flair and it looks cool. And definitely figure out how to hold a balloon and tie another balloon. That's a skill that you're gonna wanna have for future balloon designs to make things a lot easier. Then we're gonna cut off the scrap of each claw, even the nozzle. Sometimes I like keeping nozzles, but not this time. So then we're gonna take all 3 of these claws and lay them flat like this, and then pull this around and twist this into the pinch twist. And look at this, with just enough balloon we can create the palm strap. And if you don't have enough balloon here, you would add another uninflated 260 for the palm strap. So then you can bite a hole in the end or cut it off, and then you have just enough balloon for the palm strap, like that. And now you have your Wolverine arm. So pull your arm through like this, and then the rest of your arm goes to the elbow, and then you would put on the palm strap like so. And you have your very own Wolverine arm. You can't help but act like a superhero when you're wearing this. All right, thanks for watching, you guys. See you next time.